What is up, guys? The Flying iPhone here with another episode of Diamonds in the Rough. I think I'm going to... Oh, that's something I can't talk about. So let's show off the first thing. I'm in 1.3, and something about 1.3 that we can do now is we can turn off chat. So, if I hide it, even though there's other people on the server, we will not see them talking. As much as I love you guys, I like my videos to be focused more on the video instead of the actual talking. So, we're going to start with a few things. In 1.3, you can actually grow netherwort in the real world, so I started planting those. As most of you probably know, 1.3 was just released the other day, and I've been pretty far behind on recording, but I wanted to record some stuff on 1.3. Just because there's some pretty neat things that have been added to the game. I think it's actually, I had them in this chest, and I think I'm actually going to turn that down because that's pretty loud. Let's put it to 2. If you notice anything different about the graphics or anything, I'm on a different computer than I'm usually on. I'm just going to give this a try. This is from August. She said happy 1.1 or 1.3.1. Enjoy, and it had a bunch of cocoa beans. Thank you very much, August. I took them down here and made a quick little cocoa bean farm. Nothing huge, but it's good enough. It's just you click the button that is right there, and it's just a piston wall. I'm going to clean it up more once I finish this. I'm going to make different layers in between that will have different stuff on them. But other than that, I think this is going to be more of a talky episode than I'm used to. I have some things I need to talk about and things like that, but I got to 1.3 or level 30, and since it's 1.3, that's the highest level now, and I enchanted this bow and I got power 4 infinity 1, which is pretty good. On me I have my fortune pick, and I have some stuff. I'm just going to go off for a little bit of an adventure as I talk here, but for the adventure, let's bring some stuff along. Bring some wood. I don't think we need too much else. There's been quite a bit going on in the server. Actually, we're going to record a... I got some emerald. I did some exploring already, but I need to go back to a cave to get an emerald ore that I found, and hopefully I can show you some of the stuff that I found on the way. But let's do this first. I've been waiting for this for a while. Yeah. Get a good... Oh, I don't even have the crafting bench placed down here. So yeah, we're gonna record, or we're doing a recording session. Oh no, you need... oh, dang, you need all those blocks. We're doing a recording session in a bit. There's me and 5 others. I won't say what we're doing, just because you guys will see what it does, or what we did when it comes out. So that's one of the new golden apples. I'm not sure of all the side effects, but I'm going to save that and we'll find out soon. And I think that's all I wanted. Let's make a boat quickly and pick up this crafting table again. So, if you've followed me for a while, you might have realized that I haven't done a single player episode in quite a bit. And that's just because I've had a lot more fun on here, and since I'm not taking this whole recording thing too seriously, it's just whatever makes me happy and whenever I find time and have fun. And I find time fairly what is the word? I'm usually able to find time, but within the past week, 2 weeks, I didn't have a lot of time, and for the time that I had, the Wi-Fi at, my Wi-Fi wasn't working, and we had some problems with it. We ended up going over our limit, which luckily they didn't actually charge us. They just slowed down the internet, so I wasn't able to upload or anything, and that was a whole different thing. But that's why I haven't uploaded recently. Oh, just bumped my mouse. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna have a single player episode out as soon as possible, especially with 1.3. I had that huge cube of all the different ores that I'd saved up, and we're not just exploring right now. If we see anything cool, we'll stop, but other than that, I have a certain place I want to go so we can get an emerald ore. Just had to go back for a fortune pick, and decided to record to show you guys that I actually did find an emerald ore, and I wasn't just lying about it or spawned it in or anything. Oh, there's my phone. Let's put that away. But yeah, so this is probably the best time that I can talk about this, because I'm actually going somewhere and doing a little bit of adventuring. But I'm going to tell my story about my concussion, well, my concussions. Adventuring with Mech had asked me to tell the story, and since I haven't had a lot of time since then, I'm going to tell the story now because I actually have some time and I have something that I can do while I talk. So it's not really like something crazy, and I'm not just complaining about it and all upset that I got a concussion. The only thing that really, well, there's two things that were huge side effects that actually made me upset. The actual concussion itself was, I didn't mind. It's not that like I didn't I didn't mind it. It's just I don't mind the pain. I can push through it as much as possible. But the thing I find with concussions, and for anyone who's had them can probably relate, and for anyone who hasn't, this is what I've experienced, because I've had quite a few now, and this was by far my worst. I can usually push through pain, and I can just, whatever pain I get, it kind of affects me, but I'm able to continue on with what I'm doing. I have other examples of that, but I don't know how in-depth you guys want to get with my actual life, and I can tell you if you really want, but if you don't, that's fine. I'm going to leave it for now, but if you want me to tell some other injury stories, I can. But this one, concussions are completely different, and like if you get a pain in your arm, say I sliced open my arm on something, and you can kind of mentally push that away. You can think about other stuff. You can just forget about it, basically. And I don't know what that was. It's block leg or something. But you can mentally just ignore the pain. Well, at least I can, and that's usually how I'm able to continue whatever I was doing or anything like that. But with concussions, it is mental. That's the whole pain, is your brain is hurting, like your whole head, and you can't really think clear. So it's really hard to mentally push away the pain. Yeah, so I'll show you what I found over here. But I found the little desert well, and right off the bat, I traveled straight, basically the same thing or way that I did there, and found this right off the bat, which is awesome. And I got 2 emeralds from this, and I later on found another one that I got 2 emeralds from. And sorry about having these the things up in the top left. I need to find my way back to the thing, so, or the emerald ore that I found. So I got some stuff from down there, and that's about it. Nothing too interesting. If you haven't seen these before, I can explore it again. Just let me know. But let's get my bearings here. I need to go to -276x. So my x is going up that way, and I need 1,231 that way. So let's just walk around here so we're not swimming through the water. But yeah, that's something I've realized is it's really hard to continue what you're doing if you have a concussion, just because it's more of a mental factor than any other type of pain. For example, if you stub your toe, you can still keep walking and eventually it will go away. But with a concussion, especially if you get a really bad one like I did, it doesn't go away. I'm gonna get that out of here because it's really annoying me. I'll go for a little bit and then bring them back up to see where I am. But it's like it brings you down. You completely have to stop whatever you're doing. The light hurts, thinking hurts. It's hard, and anyone who ever gets a concussion, I'll completely sympathize for. There's really nothing you can do about it. Like with, let's say you break your arm. They can give you pills, they can reset it and everything. You can get some Tylenol to calm it down, but or Advil or whatever. But with a concussion, there's really nothing you can do. You can't just hold your head and fix it. It continues to hurt. And the two biggest side effects is what I was trying to get at, is school and sports. I'm a pretty athletic guy, and I ended up starting this basically because I couldn't do any sports. So I guess in a way it kind of opened up a different window for me. But I'm pretty athletic. I was hoping to do as many sports as I could at my high school. Soccer, football, badminton, tennis. I know you're probably like badminton, tennis, but it's fun, and I would have enjoyed doing it. We had a dodgeball league, just not really a sport in between schools, just against kids at the schools, just kind of an intramural type thing. But I was hoping to do all that, and right before tryouts started for any sports, like there was no sports going on at the time, they were just about to start like the next day, I ended up getting this concussion and couldn't do anything. And it just put a huge damper on my whole high school year. Started out the year thinking that was going to be awesome, I was going to have so much fun, be able to do all these sports, and suddenly you can't. And it's really hard to accept that and continue with things that you don't want to do when you don't have anything you want to do. And what I mean by that is if you have a bunch of things that you have to do but you really do not want to get done, like say homework, you just, one second, it's so much easier to do it if you have some times where you can actually do something you want instead of just doing something you hate all the time. You have some times where you just get to relax and have fun. And that was like hockey for me. Is I hate doing homework. I can't sit down for more than an hour. Actually, I have trouble sitting down for half an hour and constantly doing work. It's a waste of time when I could be outside and running around and hanging out with friends and things like that. But it made it so much easier when I could do homework for half an hour, get half of it done, and then go out, play hockey, and then come back and finish it. And I know some of you guys might be able to relate to that and say, oh yeah, I understand that. But at least that's the way it is with me. I need something fun to balance out the things that aren't fun. And so since that ended up happening, I ended up having a lot of trouble sitting still and trying to do as much homework. And that on top of not being able to think properly and remember things as well, and it just became so much harder to do homework as well and schoolwork in general. So the two biggest things that were affected by this concussion were my I guess three things: my social life, my I guess energetic life, and my school life. So I couldn't do anything with school, I couldn't do anything, any sports, and I couldn't do any thing with my friends because I was basically in bed for those whole well, I guess 2 months were when it started. Oh, I need to eat, that's why I can't run. There was 2 months right off the bat where I couldn't do anything, and it was really hard because literally the day before I was used to hanging out with friends and going out to hockey, and that's really loud for some reason. Even though it's not at 2, that's weird. So yeah, suddenly everything that I was used to was taken away, and I couldn't do anything that I found fun. I was just in a dark room the whole time, couldn't watch TV, couldn't go on the computer, couldn't really do anything, and it sucked. So that's really the only things I'm going to complain about the concussion. But the dual concussion story is what Adventuring with Mech wanted me to tell. So I guess I'll tell that. There's two hockey teams that I played for. One is kind of a select team where you actually have to try out and make the team. and it's not really what do you call it? Rep. It's not a rep hockey team, but it's kind of like that. It's just less traveling and less competitive. The rep in my town is completely insane. Kids just end up with just broken lives, really. I know one kid ended up with a broken femur and was never able to play sports again, just because of how intense kids found it. I know I've heard a story about a goaltender coming out of his net and just two-handing a player in the leg and breaking his femur, and it was just because the kid scored on him, and it's really just a mess, and I didn't want to get into that, so I found a select team that still has kind of the more advanced factor, but not as intense, and people don't kill each other over it, and which is kind of the way I like it. I don't like kids getting completely angry. I like some fair, happy competition. So I'm on the select team, and just a house league team that anyone can really play for. And I had so much fun because, again, it was that balance where I could go in, I could travel to Detroit, and then, which is a few hours away, and I say few very roughly, but let's see, I might have to make a boat here. Yeah, let's make a boat. So I could go and travel to Detroit and have this competition and try my hardest to win, and then I could go back and just kind of have just a boat, have like a relaxing and just play and not really care about if we win or lose in the house league. But funny enough is I ended up getting my concussion in house league, which isn't usually competitive, and even more ironic is it's the guy who originally gave me the first concussion was the captain for my select team, and he didn't mean to. It ended up being just kind of a fluke thing. He went to skate past me after I got a rebound. He went to skate past me, and I kind of turned because the puck bounced back out and kind of collided. And I think the original hit was he hit the side of my head, and then I kind of lost my balance and hit the back of my head on the ice. And that was the first concussion. And it was kind of, it puts you in a weird state. If you've ever had a concussion, you've probably seen movies where people get knocked out or hit very hard in their head, and it kind of shows the birds around their head, or just them kind of dizzy and dazed, and that's I'm way past it now. But yeah, okay, I'll turn around. But that was almost exactly what I was like. I kind of sat there, and I don't think I lost consciousness. Apparently, I was down for about 15 seconds, which is the longest I've ever been down. I've never actually stayed down when I get hit. I usually just get right back up. And that's, again, from experience. And I've had some pretty big falls in my life and other injuries. But so I ended up staying down for quite a bit just because I couldn't find out what way was up. And it was really weird, and it was just you can't really explain it, especially to people who've never experienced hitting their head that hard. It's just you can't figure out where you are in relevance to the ground. And so I sat there, people came up to me, and I ended up picking myself up and kind of figuring out where I was. I skated off to the bench. Coach asked me if I was okay. I said yeah, and just kind of continued with what I was doing, which was my biggest mistake. And if you ever get a concussion in a sport, I'm going to tell you right now, get off and don't go back on. You gotta go and figure yourself out and get it fixed as much as possible, because it's not good. If you get hit again, it can do a lot of damage. And that's exactly what happened. Was I stayed on and thought I was able to go and play, and where am I? There. Okay, I got it. And I ended up getting hit again, which was the big problem. And it was dark cave. There you go. All right. So yeah, I ended up getting hit again, and it just, the second hit was lighter, but for me, from my perspective, it was a lot worse. And like I ended up sitting out a few shifts and then trying to figure out where I was and if I could go back on. And concussions usually make you pretty queasy, and I did feel pretty queasy, but I overcame that and went back out. And then I ended up later in the game. I'll explain the play. I was up by the hash marks. If you don't know, or if you don't follow hockey, that's one of the dots in the corners. I was up by there, got a pass, and took the shot and put it in. Pretty nice goal. Bottom right past the goalie's pad, and scary. Ooh, didn't explore that. And so I ended up putting it in, and as I turned around, some guy came up and kind of gave me a shove, and kind of shrugged him off, and the old what do you want? I just scored. I'm not trying to start anything or any of that, but he ended up punching me in the face. And here, one sec, I'll continue this after. So Fortune 3, let's see how this is. This is the first emerald ore I found in the game, and I think I ended up getting the first emerald on the server, so that's kind of cool. But so let's see how this goes. Hopefully I get more than one. Oh, just one. All of that for nothing. That was literally for nothing at all. But I guess we could just explore this a little bit and see if we can find some more, since this computer is actually decent enough. So he punched me in the face, and I still have no idea what I did to the guy to make him so mad. I think we were up like 6-1 or something. We were having a pretty good game, but so he punched me in the face, and I've gotten into fights in hockey before, and I can usually hold myself off. I've had my helmet ripped off and everything else that you could probably imagine, but this one, it just shocked me, and it was definitely because of the concussion I already had. I was kind of dazed, and I couldn't figure out where I was, and it was weird. Like, it was probably one of the weirdest feelings I've ever had, just because it suddenly felt like I was kind of in a dream, and didn't know what was going on, didn't know where I was. For a second, I honestly forgot my name. It was weird, and like I would have stayed to, oh, there's more. Ooh. Wow. I thought it was a lot more rare than this. Again, just one. Wow. Alright. So it was this weird situation, and if I was in my right mind, I would have continued and protected myself and kept going. But it was kind of like he hit me, and just kind of had no idea and I stayed on my feet. I just couldn't figure out where I was, and just that in itself made me go, no, I shouldn't be fighting this. I shouldn't be fighting. I shouldn't even be on the ice right now. And I just got off, and that was kind of the point in time where I realized I shouldn't have been on the ice. And that was kind of the second part of the concussion, and it was just the weeks following, and well, the months following were just brutal. And it was honestly, in hindsight, it was the worst decision I've ever made, just staying on the ice. And oh, boom, there we go. Surprise. It was hard. Yeah, it was hard, and I'm still having problems with it. I find that I'm still not able to remember things as I used to, and even thinking clearly is hard. I was and I've let's be honest, or well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've recorded an episode like this before where I actually explained it and told the story, but I kind of decided not to air it just because of how deep it went, and I don't want to get too deep. I don't want it to be this huge woe is me. Ooh, that could have been dangerous. type story. I just want to let you guys know that, yeah, that's what happened, and Mech asked for the story, so I guess I'll tell it. But I don't want to go too in depth of what happened. I'll just tell you that literally the day before I was getting, the day before I got a test back, it was the day before I wrote a test, and I ended up getting the test back after a few weeks, but it was literally the day before on that test I got a 95 and 95%, and that was usually around what I was trying to get. I usually got high 80s, low 90s, and it was hard. That was a math test that I was doing, and literally, oh, again, there's some more. That's awesome. Ooh, 3. I actually might have enough to make a block of it now. Awesome. So I wrote the math test the day before, got a 95 on it, and literally the day after, yes, I had to go to school the next day. It was, I got a, what was it? I think it was a 46. Yeah, I think it was a 46. Somewhere, it was a failing mark, I know that, and it was literally the next day. That was the hardest part for me, was like I literally the day before was doing my normal, but like I still get impressed with 95s. I wasn't one of those kids that was, oh yeah, or oh no, 95. Oh, I should have done better. It was, I'm usually, yes, 95. I worked really hard for that, and I'm glad I got that. But right after the concussion, no matter how hard I worked, you couldn't get anything. And it wasn't that I wasn't trying. It was I couldn't physically remember anything, and that's kind of the hardest part. So if I struggle, and I'm going to tell you right now, if I struggle with remembering things, if I say I'm going to do something and you guys have to remind me to do it, that's probably why. Just because it hasn't really recovered. I'm seeing doctors and stuff for it, but that's really all I'll say. It's just, yeah. So don't really think too much of it. If I forget what I'm talking about, we're having a nice conversation. If I forget what I'm saying, or I forget to do something that I said I'd do, that's probably why. So I'm probably going to end the episode here, just because I'm going to have to try to find my way out of here. And there you go. I don't remember. I think it was here. But yeah, I'll end the episode here. It's probably getting pretty long. Just decided I'd make something to show off 1.3 and how I was doing so far, and yeah, things like that. So this will probably be up maybe 4 days after the day I'm actually recording it. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, so it'll probably be up a little while after I record it, and that's just because, again, I'm busy, have things I have to do, places I gotta go, and all of the normal life stuff. So thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll have some more episodes. I think the next episode will probably be a single player world. Adventuring with Mech, I have not forgot you. I have built your melon, and you guys will see that next time. I don't think I'm going to do any more subscriber things that you get something, just because with this server and the other and my single player world and all the recordings that we're starting to do, and things are starting to pick up again, family wise and things like that, I won't have as much time, and I have quite a few subscribers now. I think it's 22 at the moment, which is pretty cool. I was never expecting to get above 10, and I've gotten 22, which is very cool. So yeah, I think if things keep increasing, and especially as the time of this video, I'm going to continue to try to promote my channel and get back up to where I should be. It will be a lot to actually build everything, or build something for everyone and keep that up. So yeah, that's probably it for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me ramble, and thanks a lot for watching my videos. So see you later, and have a good day.